What is good, homies? This is Chris from the Small Hat Crew, joined today by Small Hat Nick.
Hello.
And Small Hat Brandon.
Hey.
Hello. Hi.
Hi.
There. Hi. And today we're going to be taking a look at, what is this, ST, what ST is this? 13? Damn, look at that. Hit that nail on the head. I just winged that too. ST-13, is it worth buying? Are the cards in it any good? Will it be worth the purchase? Is it fun? Is it one of those starters that you have to buy two of? 10 times out of 10, it's always a yes. So anyway, we'll go ahead and jump right into this. And we'll go ahead and start with, the Newgate's from this. I didn't know that. Edward Newgate, yellow character, 6 cost, 7,000 power, special, 4 Emperors, Whitebeard, Pirates, counter 1,000. On play, at the top card of your deck to the top of your life cards, then look at all your life cards, place one of the cards on top of your deck. Return your remaining life cards in your desired order. So he swaps a card. He basically adds a card, lets you look, and then he puts one of those cards back on top.
Yep.
That's kind of insane.
Stupid.
That's
insane.
insane. He has counter.
He's counter, 6/7 body.
He's a magic number with counter that just rearranges life. I don't under. Well, Brandon, you're our yellow player. What are your thoughts?
As a yellow player, one of the most important things. So, when the game started, right? There's a very like rock paper scissors feel to it. Like one deck just counters another deck. When the game starts changing to me is when things like this come into play, because knowledge is power, and when a good player uses that knowledge well, a bad player, even if their deck kind of counters them, like really won't have a chance to beat that player, you know what I mean? And this card letting you look at all of your life and then put your life back in your desired order. That's fucking crazy, because a good player will know exactly, like they'll just remember kind of what life hits when. And the best, one of the biggest things right now, right, is like, do I take this life? There's some RNG to it. Taking the RNG out of taking your life is fucking stupid.
It is.
Like, this card is insane.
It's so dumb. He leaves behind a 7k body. And not dumb, so he leaves behind a 7k body. He has counter, and not only does he give you the knowledge of what's in your life, he like, before he even looks at the life, he adds a card. He adds a card from the top of your deck. He adds another resource in there. So like if you have like 4 life or whatever, you're looking at 5 cards before you put the 5th one back. Like he even digs one card deeper.
Deck as well.
And then he pretty much determines your next draw. Oh my god. This is insane. Literally, you look at your life, the cards you... What'd you say?
I was gonna say, Brandon, play this card in Lilo Queen.
Oh,
honestly,
put the top part of your deck into your life from Queen effect anyway.
Rearrange the life.
100%.
Rearrange life, establish 7k body, dictate the next card you're gonna draw. Triggers, like, this is absurd. This card's so good. Scale of 1 to 5, what would you rate this card?
Well, the fact that it puts a card on top of your deck as well, so like you can just set up your next card as the 8-drop Katakuri, right? Because it's like, oh, it was in my life, now it's just my next draw. I'm honestly wanting to give this card a 5.
I am too. I don't know if that's like, I don't know, cause it just does so much. It just does so much. It's an insanely good card. I'm gonna give it a 4.5. I'm not gonna give it the 5 just because. I don't know. It's cards amazing, but then you have some cards that are just, very. I mean, this is very poorly designed. Also, this is.
I think this is probably one of the best cards in the starter deck. I give it a 5. This
card's cracked. I'm gonna give it a 4.75. The fact I'm not gung ho to give it a 5 is enough to keep me from giving it a 5, because cards like that 2K that just comes out and just puts a card from your hand in life and shit. That shit is just like, it costs like 1 or 2 Dawn. It's cheap. It's always gonna happen. There's no downside to it. I don't know. Maybe him being 6, maybe it'll be awkward to play him at times or whatever. I don't know. I can at least try to think of a downside for him. Whereas cards like that 2K, I literally can't think of one. Like, cards just flawless. So for that reason, I will give this card a 4.75. What?
So also though, yellow doesn't have good 6 drops. It goes 5 and then 7.
That's true.
The best 6 drop is Sparrow, and this is now like the 6 drop for yellow.
It is actually, yeah.
It's so generic too.
It is. And it's just, the fact
Insane
it has counter.
card.
The fact it has counter is actually insane. This card is so good. This card's amazing. I guess with that being said, though, we'll move on to our next card. I almost forgot. I'll do it now before I do forget. Tomorrow, if you have 2 to 3 hours to kill and you want to potentially make a quick $100, consider signing up for the Small Hat Local. Link is in the description. It's just going to be a quick 4 to 6 round tournament. You just go in. If you're not bad at the game, you have the potential to make some money really quick. Yeah, and our last one, in just 3 hours, GSB made $100, Vic made 40, and Gabe made $20. Just 3 hours, you turned $5 into 100, just like that. So if you have a couple hours to kill, consider signing up for that. It'll be a thing we do every Saturday. With that being said, we will move on. Emporio Ivankov, yellow, cost 3, 4K, special, Rev Army, 1K counter, blocker. On play, you may trash the top or bottom card of your life, reveal 1 cost 5 character card from your hand, then place it face down on the top of your life. So it's a stepping stone.
Yep, it's a piece to the puzzle of what this deck wants to achieve, playing the 5 cost Luffy, Sabo, or Ace out of life.
Yeah.
But it's also a blocker. I don't like it personally. I don't like the mechanics of this structure.
I'm not a fan of the gimmick.
I think this one is decent in the one that the one starter deck that trashes your face up life, because basically you get that face up life for free. You play this, you get a blocker, you trash that face up life that's going to be trash anyways. So you got a blocker and a life in one turn. I think this card will definitely see play. I don't mind it.
I'm gonna give it like a 2.5. I'm just gonna go right down the middle. I think it's whatever. It's fine for what it's.
Yes, I'd agree with 2.5. I think it's gonna be, it's not gonna be played in generic yellow decks, but it is gonna have a place in the starter.
Yeah, exactly.
If you're playing one of these starter leaders, absolutely.
Yeah, because I think a 2 is too low. Because if any of these leaders see play, this card sees play without doubts.
Absolutely.
But with that being said, then we move on to our next card. We have Correlated In, yellow, 5, 4K, slash, bandit, counter, 1000. Blocker, on play, play up to 1 of each of a cost 2 Sabo, Portgas D Ace, or Monkey D Luffy from your hand.
So Dan spams all the little ones that play themselves.
Yes.
Another stepping stone.
She's a stepping stone to the stepping stones.
I hate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, for maximum value, you need to have all 4 cards in hand, basically Exodia.
Yeah, no, I don't like
and have all 3 of them in life in the right order.
Exactly.
Yeah, this card's not, and it's 5 cost 4K. Like
I'm gonna give it a fat 0.5.
I'll give it a 1. Fuck it, I don't care.
I was gonna say I'd give it a 1.
Alrighty, moving on to our next card, we have Sabo, yellow character, 2 cost, 2K, strike, Goa Kingdom. Activate main, you may trash this character, reveal the top card of your life. If the card is a 5 cost Sabo, you may play it. If you play it, up to 1 of your leaders gets 2000 power until the end of your opponent's turn. So your leader becomes 7K. You just become a 7K
all
leader.
the little ones have this ability of play themselves from life and give plus 2K.
It's insane.
But,
That's so good. That is.
It's good if you get it off, but like putting the card in your
No.
life,
I'm not talking about like the card, because I already said I just don't like this gimmick in general. I think it's clunky is all. Fuck. But
it's worse than the Germa 66 gimmick, because at least they play themselves from trash.
Exactly. I don't like the gimmick. I think it's clunky, but I do think it's kind of crazy that the 2 drops are just doing Newgate, just pumping you 2K. That's they're doing 9 beard.
Yeah, I think the leaders will see play. I don't see these minis seeing play.
Me either.
It's just too. It is so high roll, and if you don't have it, which I feel like you're not gonna have it, probably 60 to 70% of the time.
Yeah.
it just does nothing.
Yeah, because it's not even like if it's in your life. It's if it's on top of your life. So you have to have had a piece to put the card up there, or you have to have a piece, or it has to have been in like your top 5 cards or something. Like there's just so much that has to go right here. I don't like it. Just play Sabo. Where's Sabo? Oh, it's Sabo's next card.
And I know the people in the comments are going to say, oh, but the leaders let you choose what cards. You still have to see the cards with your leader abilities.
Exactly, it has to be top 5.
So you still have to high roll. Like it's
so clunky. So let's see what the payoff for it even is before we even rate the Sabo. So Sabo would be bringing out 5 cost, 6k special, Dressrosa, Rev Army, 1k counter. On play, you may trash the top or bottom card of your life, KO up to one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 5 or less.
I do like this Sabo in black, yellow Kyros leader.
Why?
I actually like this a lot.
I think it's a good standalone card.
Yeah. Well, especially with the new leaders being able to get, again, that face-up life. Like I said, it's just going to be Thunderbolt effects where you trash that life to get good abilities. Dropping 5 Dom for a 6k body and popping a 5 cost.
Yeah.
That's powerful.
This card's great.
I just like it, Kyros, because Sabo's Dressrosa, so he's searchable.
What is Kyros' ability again?
He's reveal the top part of your life to KO as your cost.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Then he can play, if you don't like the life, you can play the Sabo, trash life. And if you have Orlumbus on board, that's a 9-cost Yamato builder, or Oro.
Yeah, I'm
the
actually
only synergy I'm really seeing there with him and the Kyros is just the fact that he's Dressrosa. Because aside from that, he's not doing anything in Kyros. He's not doing anywhere else.
Black all has cost reduction, so like Orlumbus and everything like that makes him hit way larger.
Oh, that's fair. Okay.
Yeah.
This is just a good card in general, though. I don't know. This card's just great. I'll give this card like a what?
Well, for my rating, I'm gonna give it a 3 because it's still one of those where you have to trash a life. Trashing life is a heavy cost if you don't have the setup for it. So I'm gonna give it a 3, but overall, I do love the card.
I'm gonna give him a 4 because he's coming out alongside leaders that are just giving you the free life to trash. So his effect's pretty free for the most part, honestly.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's just a free pop of 5 or less. That's really good.
In the new leaders, absolutely, he's at least a 4.
Yeah, he's great. This is a really good card, and he's 5 cost 6k with counters, pretty standard. But regardless, it's a nice stat line. Moving on, we have Shanks, 7k. That's a bad stat line, so the effect must be cracked. 4 Emperors, Red Hair Pirates. On play, flip one of your face-up life cards face down. If your opponent has 7 or more cards in their hand, send up to 1 card from the top of their life to the trash. This card sucks. Do you guys like this card?
With the new leaders, it essentially says on play, gain a life. I still think I would play 7-drop Big Mom over this 100% of the time.
This card's terrible. I think this card's...
I'm not a fan.
Yeah, this is real. He doesn't have counter. Oh my god.
Yeah, no, he's
what the fuck? I just noticed that. And the effect is so mediocre that I thought he'd have counter. That's wild. That's wild. Oh my god. He should have counter in Sabo.
This is the Shanks that lost his arm, you can tell.
Yeah. They should literally, Whitebeard's counter should be on Shanks. That makes no fucking sense. That's crazy.
Right.
How does Whitebeard have counter? I
feel like we'll somehow find, because
I don't
do the flip. It'll flip the life face down, so what's it called? Again, Kyros leader or Luffy, even Sabo leader. When you deal 1 from the top 5 cards of your deck, you get to play this.
Is it just me, or is Brandon? Isn't it going in and out for you?
Yeah, Nick's going in and out.
That's what I thought. Okay. Yeah, you're gonna have to repeat that, Nick.
Reset your mic real quick.
No, I was just saying, I feel like he'll find play somehow in the new leaders, because the Luffy puts 2 life cards face up. And then if you would take a damage from a face up life card, it goes to bottom deck instead. So this can put one of them face down. It can reset a life for the black Kyros leader, so he gets a pop. And then same thing for Ace, who trashes his face up life at the end of turn. So I think it'll somehow see play, but it's not a good card.
Yeah, What I will say that I do like about it is it's flip one of your face-up life cards face down, not like the top or bottom.
Yeah.
So in the Luffy deck, like Nick said, it will see it could find play in a specific deck.
Yeah.
As an actual card, like as an overall card, 0.5, but in the right deck, 1.52. I'll say 1.5 overall.
I'm gonna
I'll
give him
agree
a
with Nick.
1. I'm gonna give him a 1. I can't give him a 0 because I can't with 100% confidence say he'll never see play. I don't think he'll see play though, so I'll still give him a 1. I don't even think. I think Luffy, with how strong the yellow card pool is getting, I just can't imagine this being the card you run. I can't imagine like wanting to drop this card over Whitebeard, for example. You know, like I can't imagine wanting to run this card over Whitebeard. Like
Absolutely.
so, this
No.
card is. I don't think this will
We're-
ever see play,
We're
but
not
if it
arguing
did,
that.
it would. It wouldn't be. I don't know. Whatever. We'll move on. We have Ace, Yellow, 2K, Strike, Goa Kingdom, Activate Main. Oh yeah, so it's the same as the Sabo. He's gonna play the Ace if he's on top, and he'll pump your leader 2K. Where's the Ace? Here we go. Ace, 5 cost, 7K. That's an amazing stat line. Whitebeard Pirates. On play, if you have 2 or less life, this character gains Rush.
Yep, yellow got a second rush card for some reason.
It's
Third.
like their third. Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about started at Katakuri. So there's Katakuri, Anel, and now Ace.
Yeah. I'm gonna say the same for the mini. The mini, I'm gonna give it like a 1.5.
I'm
a
not even
1.
rating the minis.
A 1. The
Yeah, same.
the ace, I'm gonna give the ace a solid 3.5. No counter. You do have to have 2 or less life, so it's
Yeah.
conditional rush.
You're right.
But in a deck like Enel, I mean, you run this over the 7-drop Enel 100% of the time.
Yeah, 7/7 versus the 5/7.
Yeah.
Well, but the NL always has Rush. This card has the potential to not. It could just.
I
be
mean, in
5/7.
Enel, it's the
Oh, in
only
NL,
deck
my
that
bad.
is-
I just
yeah.
went dumb. Yeah, no, in
Yeah,
NL, this
right.
card's amazing. This card's so, a
Ah.
5 cost 7K. It's so good.
Honestly, I could see this being played in green, yellow Yamato as well.
Oh yeah, 100%. Give it. I mean, you give it 2 Dawn, it's basically a 5-drop 9K rush.
Yeah, no, it's really good.
That's
I also
nuts. Yeah.
because the only thing I can even take from this card is that he doesn't have counter. But like in NL, he has Rush, and you could always just pitch him to kill a life anyway. Like, card's great.
It's a big Zoro.
It
It's a big
is.
3-drop
That's
Zoro.
literally what it is, actually.
That's
It's, it's just a big Zoro. Yeah, I like this card. I'm gonna give him a 3.
I do. Yeah, I like it.
I say 3.5.
We have.
What did I say? 3.5, I think.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, you did.
I
Yeah.
think so. Yeah, I already rated it.
The reason I'm the low baller here then is because I think he'll be really good in like Yamato and NL. I think everywhere else he's too conditional, which is why I don't want to put
That's
him
fair.
too high.
Sorry
Next,
if I'm super low, by the way. My house is sleeping, so
nah, you're fine.
well, the people in my house, not my house.
Well, no, the house is
Big
sleeping too.
house.
Houses can't sleep.
Yes, they can. Anyway, we have Makino, yellow, cost 1, 0 power, Windmill Village, 2K counter. On play, you may add the top or bottom card of your life to your hand, look at your life cards, and return them in any order. This is a 2K. This is a 2K that just rearranges life. This card's so good.
Yeah.
This is so good. Why is yellow getting such good 2Ks?
It is good, but you do lose a life to
You
do
do.
it, so it's like really good against
Well, you lose a life.
Nami. Yeah, exactly. So it's like really
Yeah.
good against a deck like Nami. For example, like you can just draw a card,
I
right?
guess will take your life. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, as a 2K,
I think having
I
that
like
kind of
it.
utility on a 2K is really good. Because
it is,
worst-
but like you pay a heavy fucking cost.
Well, no, that's the thing though, because it's like you do, but at the end of the day, it'll always just be a 2K. If you're putting it on the board, it's because that's what you need to be doing at that moment. But if you're not doing it, it's just sitting in your hand as a 2K. This card's like, it's a 2K with utility. I'm gonna give this card I'm gonna give it a
I'll say a
3.5.
4.
Yeah, I'm gonna say a 3.5. I do see the utility. Like, sometimes there are cards that are face up in your life that you want to take. Like, if it got Katakuri'd, and you're like, you know what? Let me go ahead and grab that 7-drop Big Bomb back to my hand or something like that. and rearrange my life, that's nuts. So I would definitely give it a 3.5. You're almost never gonna play it, but when you do, it's gonna feel good.
That's how I feel about it too. I mean, unless like if you're playing like one of those games that's called a Curry, where you're at like 4 life, your opponent's at 1 or whatever, you could just afford to pick up and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because just putting her on the board and knowing what your next life is going to be and everything, and just rearranging and setting up your next few turns, that could be really powerful. But like 9 times out of 10, I do think she's in your hand as a 2K.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna drop my rating to 3 though. Now that I think about it, she's not searchable by anything.
That's why I didn't give her 4 actually.
Yeah, I just feel like, do you play this over a searchable 2K at that point?
Well, I mean, what? So there's the new 2K that puts a card from your hand into your life. It swaps, so that's obviously a staple. There's Capone Gang Badgie, he's staple.
Yeah, but
usually you only run one other 2K. Usually you don't go above 12.
Beige kind of gross.
And what would be the third 2K? It'd probably be something searchable.
Yeah, it depends on the
Telecommande or some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Huh.
Yeah, so I'm gonna give her a 3.
She's a 3. Yeah, she's a 3.
Yeah, probably.
Yellow just has really strong 2Ks right now. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, next we have Monkey D. Garp. Yellow 1, 2K power, strike, navy, 1K counter. On play, look at the top 5 cards of your deck. Reveal up to 1 Sabo, Ace, or Luffy with a cost of 5 or less. Then put it into your hand. Then place the rest on the bottom of your deck in any order. You know what I think this card should have said?
Starter deck Luffy.
Yes, you can. You know what I think this card should have said? I think he should have said, look at the top 5. Find a Sabo, Ace, or Luffy, add it to your hand, and put everything else in your life. What? You play a 1-drop and you just you just double your life. But
I'm just waiting for a card that says like, I'm just waiting for a card that says swap your life and your hand. Draw your life, put your hand face down in your life. I don't really like this card, to be honest. It's way too specific.
I don't like this card because I think the yellow card pool has gotten so strong, and it's not because of what he's searching. So
exactly.
Yeah, he's not searching out the cards that matter. And if you are running him, that means you're running a bunch of really, really mediocre targets to not win.
Yes, he would be played if someone is playing the gimmick of the minis and the 5-drops. I just don't see that being a good deck, so I don't think that he's gonna be good.
Yeah, I don't think he'll be. The only way I could ever see him being good is if we ever get so many. It'd have to be like a red yellow leader or something that just wants to search out like Ace and Luffy. That's the way I see this card ever seeing play. Outside of that, it's not happening. Anyway, I'm gonna give him a 1.
Any Luffy.
Yeah,
I'm skipping him because all the cards we don't care about.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next we have the Luffy. He's gonna look at a Luffy at the top of life and play it and pump your leader 2K. And then the Luffy is.
I think this is the best one of them.
I don't remember what he does. Let's cost 5, 6K, strike, Supernova Straw Hat. Oh, they gave him the Supernova. They've been getting rid of that recently, so that's good. 1K counter, activate main once per turn. This character gains 2K. So he comes at 8K until the start of your next turn. Then if you have 1 or more life, draw 1 card and trash the top card of your life.
I like it a lot, especially in the decks where you're getting the free face-up life that's going to be trashed. So it's basically a 5-drop, 8K, draw a card on attack. That's pretty fucking nuts.
He's gonna once per turn. It's not even attacking, so you can do it the turn you play him.
Oh wow, yeah, and then he also has counter, unlike like for example the Ace. He has counter, so I think this is the best of the 3 hands down.
The Ace was the I still think it's the Ace. The Ace just rushing is so good, I think.
Yeah, I don't know. I like this Luffy a lot.
Like. Because I can't picture a world where that Ace does not see play in, like, NL. And I could see him in Yamato and stuff. I don't know. Maybe this card might be considered too slow or something. Maybe you're afraid of him just getting bottom decked off Sakazuki or something because he's too slow. But that ace, I know he's seen play. There's no way that ace does not see play. So I do still think ace is the best of the three. I do think this Luffy's really good. I'd give him a 3 though. I'm gonna give him a 3.
I'd go 3.5, kind of put him on par with Ace. I like this Luffy a lot, though.
Yeah. Because for me, at the end of the day, he's just kind of a beat stick.
Yeah.
You're not a fan, Nick?
No, I'd still say a 3. Like, it's very middle of the road. It's okay. If it sees plays, I won't be surprised if it doesn't.
Fair.
Yeah, that's where I am. Like, I could see. Honestly, it's weird too, because I think him becoming a 5 cost AK is really strong. But I think him costing 5 is the downfall with him. I see him getting answered by fucking everything and anything. But with that, because I think all of green stuff, well, I say all of green stuff taps him, but he's at 8k, so that doesn't really matter. But yeah, when it comes to like blue and black, like Absalom's gonna this card will never attack a Gecko Moria. There's no fucking way. He gets popped every time.
Yeah.
Same thing with Sakazuki.
Yeah, exactly. Yamato, yellow character, 5 cost, 4k power, so she has to be Wano. She is a 2k. All right, Rush. So it's a 2k with Rush. It's Frankie. It's Franosuke. On play, look at all your life cards. Place one of the cards on the top of your deck. Then return your life cards in your desired order. This card's amazing.
She's got a lot going for her. 2k counter, Rush. You do lose the life
that goes to the top of your deck, so you stack your draw.
Yeah. I mean, for a 2k, I think it has the most use. It is technically searchable by Wano. I'd give it a good 4. 4.5.
It's a searchable 2k with Rush that look at all your life cards, place one of the cards on top of the deck, and she just sets up your next draw. This card's great. I'm gonna give her a 4.5.
It does, you know what? I'm gonna drop mine down to a regular 4 though, because wording wise, it does look like if you're playing it to get the Rush, you do have to activate the ability, so you are losing a life for Rush.
You do.
Yeah, so you are losing a life for Rush. Granted, you get to put your life in your desired order, but you are losing a life for a 1k less attack than cost Rush, so you're almost never going to want to play a Rush like that. But still a 2k counter, and it can close out a game technically.
Yeah, that's where I am with it, because it's like realistically...
Yellow Yamato leader puts...
Yeah.
I was going to say, realistically, why are you putting... I feel like if you're putting a Rusher on the board, it's because it's relevant.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you just keep her in your hand as a 2k. I think this card's amazing. I'm gonna give her a 4.5.
Yeah. In Yamato, actually, now that you bring that up, Nick, I'll go back up to 4.5 because that's nuts. Yeah, Yamato. Oof.
I'm gonna go for it.
Yeah. Flaming Dragon King, yellow event, 2 cost, Rev Army, Dressrosa, counter. Give up to one of your leaders or characters 4,000 power for this battle. Then look at all of your life and return them in your desired order.
That's not fair.
Trigger, you may add the top or bottom card of your life to your hand. Place one card from your hand in the top. This card's fucking amazing. Oh my god.
That's just not fair.
This card's incredible. This card is fucking amazing. For 2 Dawn, set up the rest of the game. That is insane. This card is amazing.
For 5k, they still don't play that card. This card, I think, will see play finally.
Yeah, the trigger is amazing.
Because realistically, like let's say your opponent goes first, you go second. You could have this in your opening hand and just pass it to your opponent. They swing 5 at your life, and you do this so that you know exactly what your life is for the whole game. Again, you're getting that advantage of just knowing everything since turn 1, basically. That's insanity.
This card's absurd. Oh my god. As amazing as this card is, though, I'm going to give it a 4. I'm going to give it a 4. I'm not going to give it a 5. Or even a 4.5. And the reason I will do that is because I do think with it being a counter event, there will be metas where you just won't see play. Just because, you know, yeah, there will be metas where you just don't want to keep 2 Dawn open. Whenever we are using counter events, so this card's definitely, like, staple. This is fucking incredible. Oh my god.
So,
this card's... What?
Oh no, I completely agree. I'm gonna give it a 4 as well because as a yellow player, you almost want to use all of your Dawn every single turn. What I do like about this is that there are certain yellow decks that can play it, such as Enel. Enel can get away with playing this card all day. A deck like Katakuri cannot play this card because you're running 10 drop Big Mom, you're running 8 drop Katakuris. You're not gonna have the Dawn for this.
Yeah, and there's also just too, like, it's just a really good, like, the effect is good, and then if it ever, like, gets hit out of life, it just sets up the next life.
Yep.
Like, you could pick it up. If it's a fine card, you just put it right back. Maybe you have a Brulee in your hand or a Veggie or something. You just put it in the life. Like, it's good. Maybe you just don't want to set up the next body that comes out of Paros Power or something. You just stick it in the life. Like, this card's great. This card's so good.
Very.
The only thing holding this card back is the fact that it's a counter event.
Like
That's
trap
literally
cards,
it.
no, bro. It seems so good on base. Oh,
Yeah, that's
so
exactly it. It doesn't, you can't, because you do kind of put it in the ball in your opponent's court to, like, even give you the option to use it and stuff like that. And then also, like, if your opponent doesn't play into it or anything like that, there could potentially just be turns where you just play it down 2 Dawn. But regardless, we'll move on to our next card.
Do you know how annoyed I'm gonna be when on turn 2 I swing at my opponent and they're just looking at their fucking all 5 life and just rearranging them? I'm gonna be big fucking mad, dude.
Oh, for sure.
Holy shit.
All right, we got gumgumfeetfinder.com. Luffy coming through with the feet picks. Gum Jet Spear, yellow, 1 cost, Punk Hazard, Straw Hat Crew. So it's searchable off of Nami. That's always going to be relevant. Counter, give up to one of your leaders or characters 2k for this battle. Then, if your life is 0, draw 1 card. Trigger, you may add the top or bottom card of your life to your hand. Place 1 card from... Is this just going to be the trigger moving forward for yellow? Because if so, that's really fucking annoying.
Yeah, it looks like they're basically getting away from the discard to gain a life to basically draw a life, put a card that you want in life.
Yeah, that's so... I think it's... God. Yellow's getting to be so obnoxious, man.
What I do like about it
know.
is that you're not really netting anything off of it, right? Like you're still
Unless you're at 0.
right, but
And even then you're breaking even.
well, basically no, the trigger, I mean, I'm okay with this.
Oh, the trigger.
Yeah, I'm okay with this trigger because you're not netting anything off of it. So, like, for example, when you get your opponent to 0 life and they hit that, like, discard to gain a life trigger, which a lot has, this is a lot more bearable because if this is a last card in life, does absolutely nothing.
It doesn't do
Exactly.
anything.
So
Yeah.
I'm actually more of a fan of these triggers.
The only reason these triggers annoy me is because I think even if yellow's not the most powerful color or anything along those lines, I think the most annoying part of playing against yellow is always going to be dealing with the triggers.
Absolutely.
And just for that alone, I just think, well, I don't think it's like unbalanced or broken or anything. I do think it's really fucking annoying, and that alone is going to be enough for me to give it a no. Either way though, this card I'm not really a fan.
Yeah, I don't like it. I'm gonna give it like a
2.
I was thinking 2.
2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 for toads.
3 Brothers Bond, yellow, 1 cost, Goa Kingdom, main, look at the top 5 cards of your deck, and reveal up to 1 cost 5 or less Sabo, Ace, or Luffy, then put it into your hand. Then place the rest on the bottom of your deck in any order. Trigger, activate this card's main ability. So it's just a searcher event.
Yep.
Yeah.
Some Garb on an event. Cards mid. No one.
Yeah, this card's bad for all the same reasons Garp is bad. In fact, it's worse actually.
Yep.
It doesn't have a body, it doesn't have counter. This card is so bad.
1.
Yeah, one thing I always kind of find crazy about the events is the searcher events is I always kind of felt like, because the characters are just strictly better than the events, I always felt like that the characters should have only been able to search characters, and the trade-off is they're a 2k body and they have counter, and the events should have been able to search characters and events, but the trade-off being they don't have a body and they don't have counter. That way there's a reason to run one or the other. Because as it is right now, the events are just strictly worse than the... Like, I think that's poor balance there in cart design on Bandai's part. But anyway, I'm gonna give this card a 0.
Bad card.
Did you rate it, Nick?
Yeah, I said a 1.
You said a 1?
Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty. Well, I guess with all of that being said, the question at the beginning of this video is this a structure worth buying? I think the answer is obviously yes. There are many good, there's the Whitebeard. The Whitebeard's obviously going to be a great card. The Sabo's a good card. The Ace is a good card. Makino's a pretty above average 2K. Yamato's an amazing 2K. There's an amazing 2-cost event in here. That's like 7 cards just right there on its own, and that's assuming that the brother stuff doesn't see play. If the brother stuff sees play too, then pretty much the entire deck is good. That is phenomenal. I think this is probably some of the best value you could get out of one of these starters, because you have to think the Black Luffy starter gave us 2 cards. The film starter only really gave us like 3 cards. This is a lot of value. This is really good. Any closing thoughts on this one, boys?
No, I
just want Bandai to stop printing yellow cards, bro.
What I will say is I'm glad we didn't get any like generically just stupid good triggers out of this, but that Whitebeard is what the fuck.
Yeah, I'm amazed that Whitebeard didn't have trigger play this card.
Yeah. Right.
Oh my god. But anyway, I guess if that is all, like I mentioned earlier in the video, sign up for the Small Hat Local if you haven't already. And until next time, we'll see you guys.
Bye.
See you later.